Giant Grand Dragon Dynosaurrah sneezes. Part 1 by C.C. Carter. Copyright by C.C. Carter 1993, 2004. Revised 2014. Zorrah Dorrah was a young bright orange dragon dinosaur who moved with her Gran-Gran the Giant Grand Dragon Dynosaurrah, to the Chartreuse Mountains near Lake Borrah Borrah. Holy Bible. Zorrah Dorrah now had to live near a factory in a double ugly, double yucky yellow, old broken down treehouse. Zorrah found out that she had a little cousin rat mouse. Zorrah Dorrah had not one sister, nor one brother. Zorrah Dorrah lived with her big, giant grandmother, Gran-Gran Grand Dragon Dynosaurro. Holy Bible. Young Zorrah Dorrah slept in a blue, wheelbarrow bed. Zorrah was very neat, but Zorrah's bed had no soft, fluffy pillow, had no pretty, flowered sheets. Gran-Gran snored. Zorrah could hear her grunt, groan, and belch, and snore through a 50-foot thick, padded, wooden door. Zorrah Dorrah often went to bed hungry, for when Zorrah Dorrah ate dinner, she had plenty of vegetables, and 1 or 2 times Gran-Gran surprised Zorrah with an ice cream treat. But Gran-Gran seldom cooked meat stews that had any meat. Young Zorrah Dorrah had a very sad story to tell. Zorrah Dorrah's mother could not take care of her. Zorrah Dorrah's mother could not cook for her, could not comb Zorrah's hair, could not give Zorrah a hug. Zorrah Dorrah's mother was strung out on drugs. Zorrah's dad, Big Mac Daddy Pack Rat, was in jail, and Big Mac Pack Daddy Rat was now always in tears, for he was now doing a jail sentence of 15 to 25 years. He had never even been able to post his bail.
Hold it!
Code 6, 105 North Avenue, 52. Calling again, calling back in on that trouble, 600 North Mont, 600 North Mont, perfect 4 open 911. And you call back in at 279
Hold it!
11-825, code.
They were faced with raggedy broken down stairs. Gran-Gran herself even tried to make the repairs. They could not afford a carpenter. The household budget was in arrears. When she hammered, Gran-Gran kept striking her finger. Gran-Gran was always in tears. For fun, Zorrah Dorrah of Lake Borrah Borrah had a black and white pet goat. For clothing, Zorrah had one tired, old, worn out, torn and ragged black leather coat. Zorrah Dorrah could not boast of fortune or fame. And Zorrah Dorrah had not 1 red cent saved in her very good name. Holy Bible.
Blah, 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 blah.
Zorrah Dorrah had not one pretty top or pants or pretty skirt or pretty dress. Many times her black wig hat hair looked like a black hybrid dingbat bird's old twiggy nest. No fancy jewelry had she. Zorrah's family's ancestral tree boasted of no one rich nor well-known. When Zorrah Dorrah vacationed, it was in the junkyard, never in Italy's Rome. Zorrah Dorrah, of the country town of Lake Borrah Borrah, was one of the kindest people around. Zorrah Dorrah helped many of her neighbors, even loaned them money when on their luck they were down. Town of Lake Borrah Borrah. Sometimes her neighbors had a little cheese and a little honey, but, like Zorrah, her neighbors were poor and never had much money. Zorrah Dorrah tried to be pleasant and friendly whenever she was around. Zorrah never complained. Zorrah was seldom ever seen wearing a frown. Church of Lake Borrah Borrah, UCCC, Sunday school, 8 a.m., breakfast 9:30 a.m., church services 11 a.m., youth services 4 p.m., dinner 6 p.m., peace, love, joy, Holy Bible. Zorrah Dorrah of Lake Borrah Borrah rode neither bicycle nor car, with her BFF, Purple Ralph, who would wear his purple socks. They would take to the sky. Zorrah and Ralph would sometimes, for miles and miles, fly. Other times Zorrah and Ralph would walk to many places, both near and far. Though she was growing up, kind-hearted Zorrah Dorrah still lived with her granny Gran Grand Dragon Dynosaurrah, the giant, bright orange, and bright yellow, brown polka-dotted Dragon Dynnosaurro. Gran was now sometimes sick. Gran did not always feel so well. She had bunions on 4 big toes and corns on her tail. Gran sometimes lost her glasses and always would belch red, hot, fiery gases. Gran still had left about 10 to 14 big white teeth, but the only way Gran could eat was to mash her food with her very smelly, toe-jammy feet. Gran was always aching. Gran was always rubbing her aches and rubbing her pains with her very big red tube of garlic, onion, sardines, skunk oil, fish scales, stink burger, stinky pain, and ache salve. By the way, did I tell you that the shoes Gran-Gran sometimes wore were at least size 112? Holy Bible. Gran-Gran always had pains in her elbows, Gran-Gran always had pains in her knees, and while Gran-Gran was watching television, Gran-Gran was very likely to sneeze. A gigantic, cosmic, comet, soggy, boggy, mooey, gluey, gooey, dewy, sneezy, sneeze, chew. Holy Bible. When Gran-Gran walked slowly, walked without much sprite. Stated her aches and pains were caused by an old man named Mr. Arthritis. A tale of woe, how this poor family suffered so. Wisdom, knowledge, understanding, comfort, counsel. Fear, reverence, fortitude. Gifts of the Holy Spirit, Holy Bible, fruit of the Holy Spirit, love, faithfulness, gentleness, goodness, joy, kindness, patience, peace, self-control. Church of Lake Borrah Borrah, UCCC Bible Study Trail. Now, there was no food in the kitchen, and to make life worse, they were 3 months behind on the rent. The landlord was threatening to sue. He was talking about eviction. Holy Bible eviction 5-day notice, to be continued in part 2. Sneezing Gran-Gran Giant Dragon Dynnosaurrah.